Hey there, Nintendo fans, this is Westitron. Today we're going to be taking a look at Jakks Pacific's World of Nintendo's Star Fox Slippy Toad action figure. This is part of the newest wave of the 4-inch series, which is their articulated series, as opposed to the smaller 2.5-inch versions, which don't really feature much articulation, if any. And Slippy Toad is one of a few figures that are very exciting in this series, which includes Sculpt and Princess Zelda. One neat thing about the packaging, standard blister card, is that up in the corner they've got a picture of Fox, and it's just a fun way for you when you're going through the pegs to find a character quickly. You know, you're looking for the Star Fox character for this wave. You just flip through the upper corners and you'll be able to see that, because like for the Mario characters, it's Mario. For Link, or for Zelda characters, it's Link. You know, things like that. So that's pretty cool. Clear shot of Slippy in the front here. We've got the Smart Bomb or B-Bomb over here in the corner. Interestingly, they have decided to forgo the mystery accessory that they used to do, and now they just show you what it is. On the back of the packaging, we've got a shot of Slippy. We've got another shot of the B-Bomb or Smart Bomb. Down here, we've got some more of the characters, including, as I said, Skull Kid, Princess Zelda, Red Toad is in there, and Cat Mario is the other one. They do show up here, oddly, his features, which are turning neck, moving hand, and foot moving forward action, I guess. I guess they were just trying to dress up the design of the packaging, but, I mean, it's a pretty basic figure. They probably could have just made this a little bigger and it would have been the same effect, but it's cool that they tried to do it a little bit better. And up here in the corner, for those who are interested, it is an official Nintendo licensed product. I always loved that logo there. It always just makes you feel like it's going to be a good product. Down on the bottom, it's just standard legal stuff, nothing extra, no information about the artists involved or anything. So yeah, let's get this guy out of packaging and see what he's like. And here we have Slippy out of packaging, and you can see he's a rather diminutive figure, which is, I think, pretty accurate, so that's cool. His only accessory, as I said, is the Smart Bomb or the B-Bomb, and it's pretty cool. It seems like it's based off of the old Star Fox 64 design, which is interesting that they're going back that far instead of some of the newer games that it's come out that this has been involved with, including like Smash Brothers and the newer Star Fox and stuff. So, pretty cool. I mean, very basic. It's just, let's see, 2, 4, hexagon, and with a big white bee in the middle. As I said, very basic. It almost looks like a poker chip. The only thing that I think they could have done to make this better is put a little peg on the bottom so that you could stand this upright, because as it is, just to stand it next to him, it's going to be on a bit of an angle, which is not a huge deal, but it should be displayed like this. So a clear plastic peg stand would have been really cool. Even one that, like, you know, had spin action so you could flip it as you were playing. That would be kind of neat. But, you know, on its own, it's a cool little addition. There's not much they can really do to add to these figures, because they're not really including blasters or anything, since it is, you know, Nintendo property, and I'm sure they don't want that, you know, on their stuff. But you know, ships would be really cool someday, Jakks. Hey, hey. But yeah, figure itself is about what you expect from this line, which is to say, not too bad. Overall, sculpt-wise and everything, a pretty good representation of the character. We've got his little mechanics ball cap on top of his head in between his eyes, which is kind of an odd thing if you think about it. That big, huge melon looks really good. Very basic paint throughout. They did a nice job here with the zipper and everything on the outside of the jacket and his interior jacket. You can see his little V-shaped belt that all of the pilots have. On his back, it's all pretty much bare, and then he's got his big boots, like all the pilots have, which are somewhat mechanical in nature and look pretty slick. On the bottom, they are detailed, but do not feature peg holes. So just be aware that he will have to stand under his own power. So, yeah, pretty cool. I like his little neckerchief here, too. His, what do you call that, that cowboys used to wear? I forget. I'll look it up. But, yeah, very slick-looking figure. You know, in terms of sculpt, these things are usually pretty decent. The only thing that sometimes lets them down is articulation. So, it is the case with this guy. He's got a little bit of movement here in the head, but I don't know that it's actually on a ball joint. It doesn't feel like a ball joint, it feels like a swivel. But that being said, it can swivel all the way around with no problems. We've got swivel hinges in the shoulders, which go out to about there, pretty good range for this guy, and go all the way around. But because of the shape of the shoulder, you can see how it pops his arm out a little bit, which I'm getting a little resistance there going around. There we go. So that's able to move all the way around on both sides. Yeah, the joint's at an awkward angle, I think, because that shouldn't be... Yeah, I think the joint is just input into the body at an awkward angle because it's getting hard to turn right around that area. Yeah, right in there. So yeah, maybe it's just a weird shape here. But yeah, swivel hinges in the elbows as well. You get close to 90 degrees, but not perfect. But you do get in and out motion there. No swivels in the hands, which is par for the course as far as all the Star Fox figures are concerned. None of them have that so far. Swivel in the waist. We've got swivel hinge hips. They may be on ball joints. It's hard to tell up in there. But they've got good outward motion, you know, for the most part. That's pretty good right there. But going forward and back, like the other Star Fox figures, they only go a little bit because of the way the body is cut. If Jakks wanted to cut up and over a little bit, you get perfect forward motion, and the same for the back. They just chose not to do it. The one big articulation point that he's missing from the other Star Fox figures are knees, or I guess is the knee joint, just to be parallel there. Yeah, you see there's no joint back here at all. I was kind of hoping there'd at least be like a swivel so you could get him to stand a little better, but I'm not getting... Well, no, oh, I'm sorry, there is. It was just stuck on mine. Look at that. Because this one wasn't moving either. Let's see. Yeah, hey, it's just stuck. Cool, so you do get a little swivel action in there, so that's good for balancing poses. You know, you can't do much with the knees because, you know, they can't bend or anything, but, you know, when he's having trouble standing, you can just swivel these out or swivel them in as you need to make him stand a little better, so that's kind of handy. So good job, Jakks. I'm glad they did do that. I hate it when companies have a point that could be a point of articulation, they just glue it in place, so good job, Jakks. And then we've got hinge downward on the ankles, which is very good range, and very good range forward. So yeah, he's, as far as like back and forward, like you can't get a ton of, you know, posability out of the guy just because he's not built that way, but you know, you can at least get some forward and back. So you get some expression out of him, which is pretty cool. Overall articulation is not bad. I would have liked to have had, you know, hinges right here. His legs are so short, it wouldn't have done him a ton of good, but, you know, it would have just made me feel better about the price and everything. But he is a little bit chunkier than some of the other figures, so, you know, that's not too bad. But the big thing that I think he's missing is a ball joint in the head. Any place where you can put a swivel, you can put a ball joint, so I would have liked to have seen that engineered in there. It would have made him a little more expressive, a little more fun, but, you know, it's not the worst thing in the world. Overall, he's still a pretty cool-looking little figure. And here's Slippy next to Fox and Falco, the other figures they've released in the Star Fox banner in the World of Nintendo figures. And you can see he lines up pretty well in terms of height with the others. You can see now why they disincluded the ball joints in the knees, just because his legs are so much shorter than these other guys. They're both pretty tall, Falco being the tallest, of course. He comes in right at about 3.5 inches to the top of his eye. Maybe 3 3/4 to the top of the hat, but that might be overestimating a little bit. About 3.5 inches tall to the top of the eye. So, like I said, about right in par for the series and for fitting in with the other figures. So, in terms of value, these things are going up in price. This guy, I think I got for $9.99. That was in Arizona, so I don't know if their prices are higher or lower than other places. I have seen them go up in some places. Some TRUs, I think, are reporting that they're starting to get up into like the $12 or $13 range. This is not a $12 or $13 figure. At best, he is an $8 or $9 figure. $10 if you just really want to complete the team. Yeah, I'd like to see all of the Star Fox characters together. I think that would be pretty neat. He's not a playable character in Smash or anything like that, so, you know, Smash fans aren't really going to be looking for him as much, but anyone who's interested in Star Fox, this is still a great figure to pick up. He's not super articulated or anything. He does come with a little power-up accessory, which is pretty neat, and he also builds these from what I've read. So I think it's pretty cool. Overall, a nice little action figure. Nothing too spectacular. If, you know, Bandai ever wants to put out their version, they've definitely got tons of room to improve, but you know, as he is, he fits in with the line, and as I said, he's usually about sub $10, so, you know, it's not bad at all for what you actually get. So that's it for this review. If you have any questions or comments about this figure, he's pretty basic, but I'd be glad to help you in any way I can. Thanks for watching him, and I will talk to you later. Bye.